to this week's episode of the Macgasm podcast. I'm Joshua Schnell.
I'm Brennan Schnell.
That's it.
Are you guys related?
Not at all. We're
What the hell?
I actually got an email.
Why does the cameraman just come in and be like, hi?
You guys.
I just kind of realized that Schnell and Schnell.
Yeah. I got an email asking if we were married. In air quotes. Yeah, what's going on over here?
Who's sexy back there? I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate my life.
Please don't get distracted.
I'm fucking hungry. Let's go.
Okay, anyways.
Okay, well, let's talk about this one first, this app, because that's what you just pointed out. Not a new app on a whole, but a new app for an iPad just came out called Instacast HD. It's been out for about a week and a half now. Great podcasting app. All podcasting apps on the iPhone, iPad kind of suck. When you go to iTunes, they
well,
suck.
not podcasting apps.
Yeah, not making podcasts, consuming podcasts.
That's right.
Okay, so through iTunes, right, you have to wait for it to download either on your phone or wherever, and it's really time consuming because you have to do it over 3G and you got to wait for it to download first, which is stupid. Instacast kind of eliminates that. It's a completely just a separate app just for podcasts, and you can subscribe and add podcasts and stuff. The really cool thing is though, it doesn't force you to download first. You can stream. So if you're out and you want to watch something quick, you can just hit the play button, streams off to the races. Probably better than any other app that I've used. Brendan's got no comment.
We gonna continue with that thought, or are you just gonna end it there?
I can keep going. So
that was the point.
Yeah, because Brendan clearly hasn't used it. So you can, like I said, you can stream, you can play, but the really cool thing is it takes the built-in show notes like you would with an RSS reader. So if you got a reader and you're using your podcast that way, it's got a built-in web browser, so you can see the show notes. You can pop out of the video, for instance, see what we've linked to or any other podcast. Get the show notes, click the show note, it opens the browser, it loads the products or whatever are the topics.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
You're not intrigued. Being a douche. So it's pretty great. How about we move on to something Brennan likes? Because he's an ass face.
No, continue, please.
No, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
All right. So what's your app?
What's my app?
Yeah.
Awesome Sexy Boner Time?
That sounds like an app Brennan loves.
.com.
Yes, I do. Path. Let's talk about Path. The latest, hottest
let's.
social media platform. It's everything in a in a box. You don't need to go anywhere else. Let's
What do
be
you
real.
mean it's everything in a box?
It's everything in a box. Everything you ever wanted. You open up a present. You know how
Dick in the box?
Can be that. You notice how when you use social networks, you're like, oh, I wish it did this.
No.
Well, Path does that. It does everything.
It's so random. It does everything every other social network does, but puts them together.
But
it doesn't do everything.
what doesn't it do?
It doesn't. It's not like Pounce. I can't.
Fuck Pounce.
I
No
can't
one
add a
uses
file.
Pounce.
No, but social networks. I can't add a file and then you can
Okay,
download
who
that file.
adds files anymore?
Okay, I can't send a URL and a comment, and you can click that URL and open it.
Copy paste.
No, you can't even copy and paste from a comment.
Well, you're stupid.
I'll go. Okay.
You can
Perfect
check
social
into
network.
places. You can add photos.
Yeah.
You got Instagram. You can add music, which you're listening to. You can add people, like tag people, kind of when you're checking in and stuff. When you're leaving comments, it has this nice little background that you can add to the top. It's sexy. It's easy to use.
It is nice. It's very nice.
It's the best social media app that I've used. The rest of them they just put too much effort into. Like Google Plus, I hate it. I absolutely hate Google Plus.
It's too much.
That's what, and people don't want that. People who use cell phones don't want all those options. And Google tries to appeal to everybody, but it didn't work.
Yeah. The thing that Path does that no other social network, at least to my knowledge, does is they take your friends list and they say, screw you, you only get 150 friends. And there's a theory behind that, right? Like sociologically speaking, it's argued that you can't keep in touch with more than 150 people. If you have 1,000 friends on Facebook, it's bullshit. You have 1,000 acquaintances, maybe 50 or 75 of them you actually hang out with. Path forces you into 150. So they don't want you following everyone and anyone. They want you to be very selective. They want you to add family, close friends.
It's a closed social network.
Yeah.
It's not for having Joe Blow down the street
That's
stalk
the problem
you.
with Google Plus. It's like it's overblown, and that's the problem I have with Twitter. And I love everyone who follows me on Twitter. Don't get me wrong, but it gets very, very distracting. and very hard to manage. Like I don't read everything that comes by my Twitter
It's too
feed
much.
because it's like 500 people later. Everyone tweets once an hour. It's 500. I'm not going through that. I'm sorry.
It's a totally different
yeah.
stream. Like you get your news and stuff. You can get all that stuff from Twitter and just comes and goes like that. But Path is like more interaction and closer. And you're right. It's like people who you're close with. I think they did it perfect. I can't emphasize that enough. I think this is the future of social media.
It's real social media, right? Like.
Again,
But
everyone's
Twitter,
going to be
Facebook,
using
it's
it.
fake. No one's.
That's right. Everyone's going to be using it. Anybody who uses a mobile device is going to use this.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No,
because
it's going to be the future. It's easy to do everything.
It is.
And it's just so simple. And the kids that are just using iPod Touches or iPhones or whatever, they're just going to launch the app and be like, okay, and type in there. I'm starting to not even try and tweet as much and just use this more often. And it's this is better.
It took the philosophy of social that we're used to, right? That we've been kind of conditioned to accept these days with our apps. But they made it personal again. That's why I think Path's going to be more successful than a Twitter, a Facebook, the Foursquare. Gowalla just got bought by Facebook. It just became no longer personal. And that was a problem for me, right? Because people I follow are people I want. Like I want to know what you're listening to. Yeah. I want to know where you are. I want to see what you're doing,
kind of creepy,
right?
But yeah. But it's such a pain in the ass to have to check in, to have to tweet, to have to.
But you have to do that too. But separate apps.
Yeah, and they just do it all in one, and they do it so perfect and so easy. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure they do.
I was blown away. I'm sick of all these apps, and I was blown away when I tried it. That normally doesn't happen.
I know. I tweeted, ironically, that this is the first social network that I've used probably since Twitter originally, that I was like, wow, this could really do something. We should also probably mention that Path recently pivoted to this. So this is version 2.0. The first version of Path was nothing like this. It kind of sucks, which is true. I mean, people went, tried it, left. A lot more people I know who are trying this are sticking. Now, granted, it's only been out for a week. So that could change, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out over the next little bit. But
I hope they keep going and keep pushing forward.
But the cool thing, like I said, it's 150 people. So if you have close friends on this app,
that'll change.
But if you have real friends on this app, you're going to stay.
Yeah.
That Facebook, you're like, oh, I don't have 50,000 followers. I'm a loser. It's like there's that pressure to be something you're not. Whereas this is the people outing you know
that you actually care about and you actually want to get information from.
Totally.
So I love this app and I'll use it nonstop, and I have been using it nonstop. I can't say enough good things about it.
No, it is great. I love it, and it's free, so you can deal with that. Just go
but the cool thing is how they're making money. You see, like how they do the Instagram thing.
Yeah.
Have you tried that? So if you add a photo and you want to edit the photos to buy other filters.
Oh yeah.
You have to pay for that. And it's a cool way of trying to generate revenue. No, it's not. Instead of embedding ads, instead of super promoted tweets,
it's a creative way.
Instead of making no money.
Have you ever bought a filter on Instagram or Camera Plus?
No, but it will happen.
I don't know. I don't believe that.
Well, how else do you think they're going to make money?
I don't know. That's the thing.
All
these companies, all these social networks have that problem. They release a product, but they have no way of making money.
That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. And if they can somehow connect their like even the buying the music and stuff. Yeah. They're doing it perfectly. I think they got a little bit of work to do, but they're doing great at it.
Yeah, cool. So this is Path. That was Instacast. The Instacast, sorry, we didn't say off the top, was $5. But it's the best $5 in an app I've spent in a long time. I use it.
I haven't really tried it, so I can't.
Great application. Path is free. You can get those obviously on the iTunes store. We'll have links in the podcast if you're on the website. If you're on iTunes, or not iTunes, but Blip or YouTube or whatever, you're going to have to go and find it or watch for the Little Earthers.
Yep.
So that's it for this week's episode of the Macgasm Podcast. I'm Joshua Schnell. You can get me at twitter.com/Joshua Schnell.
I'm Brendan Schnell, twitter.com/ecn, and just Google Macgasm.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
We're Macgasm.
Leave us a comment so we know what you think.
Yep. Yeah. So that's it for this week.